So we're moving along with our speaker box enclosure. We made it specifically for a customer's car on a 77, and it's going to fit in a 76 to 77 because they don't have the astral ventilation. The problem's always been is to get good speakers in the back of a car and still be able to put your T-tops in the car. And so that's what we wanted to conquer, and we conquered that. So we have our speaker box in the back of the car, which is pretty tough looking. You've seen it. You're going to see some more pictures here. But our mechanical fastener to put the box in there to make it nice to put it in and take it out when you're working on it is our composite fastener that we get that comes out of, I believe it's Australia. That great folks over there invented this little fastener to put it into a bed of epoxy, and it holds tough. I mean, these things hold in there pretty damn good. And so we have this little stud sticking out, and the nut. So the stud with the nut, we wanted to cover it up, and so we've been investing in some 3D printers, and so we've made our stud protector. A little protector to go over the end of that stud that screws on. And believe me, Andrew's worked hard to come up with this thread inside of this stud protector that we screw on to cover up the stud and the nut along the 4 bottom studs. And so a lot of times got into this. We started off with a little printer that I think we spent $300, and it works great. Then we stepped up to another one that's a couple grand that seems to be working greater. And then Andrew buys one that, for his personal use, what is that printer?
Resin printer.
A resin printer. So these are made off of a $200 resin printer. 3D printing is cool, okay? You got to look at how we've came in this world in the past 100 years. You had to walk to the wall and talk on a telephone, and you wore a watch, and today we walk around and talk on our phones and look at the time on our phone, and the 3D printing and the 3D scanning. And I mean, it's giving me goosebumps just talking about modern technology. And so we're investing in the modern technology. We have our next 3D printer coming, gigantic, and it's going to get even better from there. So 3D printing is pretty cool. Andrew's been printing a lot of stuff, learned it from scratch, didn't know the first thing about it, and all I said is, we're buying this and you'll figure it out. He figured it out. And so this is our stud protector. I'm too excited about some things. Where Andrew got to this thing is, our stud protector is made to cover our nut. And so when this is put in the car, keep in mind you have the thickness of the speaker box. And then you got carpet that's around it. So you have about that much of it sticking out, and we just want to cover up that nut. And so that screws on there, made to cover up that nut, okay? The threads are in there. If you find that you don't like the way that it's holding, you can always put a little dab of glue in there and screw it on there. That is just to protect that stud from hitting your T-tops. So I'm going to show you how the stud protector goes in the car. So as you can see, our stud protector's in there. It's as simple as putting it in there and screwing it into place. And there's your stud protector. There's one that's exposed, and there's 3 of them that are covered. We're going to go with the satin finish. We're just looking at the different finishes. Speaker box, solid as a rock, carbon fiber. And we'll change this out, make it fit an astral ventilation eventually. We just got to bring a car down from the warehouse to do that with, but we're working on some hoods right now. We'll come back to the speakers down the road. Thanks for watching.